Welcome to Small Talk Daily for Tuesday, February 17th, 2009. This morning I thought I'd go through something pretty basic, which is how to really get started loading components into Syncom Smalltalk. When you download the product and get started, you're pretty much faced with a bare interface, not a lot's loaded. This is not a completely bare thing that I've got here. I've got some basic support for store, meaning our source code control system loaded, but it's pretty bare other than that. So when I bring this up, System, Parcel Manager, this is our component loading system. This is what you bring up to load components directly from what you've downloaded and installed into the product. I'm not going to go through store today. There are things you can load from repositories. That's a little more complex. Let's just go here. Brings up this interface, and over here on the left there's a category tree really of things you can load in that are categorized as essentials, meaning things you probably want, developer tools, things you want to develop with, application development, things you might want to use in building applications, web development, Seaside web development. So if you've heard of Seaside, you probably want to get started here. Now, just to show you how to load something, I'm going to left click on this and that'll select it. Then I right click and you see here I have options, load, open and change list. Don't worry about anything except this one, load. That will bring it into the system, and you'll see a little dialog box come up here that'll show you progress on what it's doing. And flashing by in the transcript, you'll see that it's auto-loading a bunch of stuff. Those are prerequisites. Most of these components depend on other components, and as they're loading, they'll load everything they need to bring up, and then they'll load themselves. Now with Seaside, it pops up the browser because it starts the server up and then brings this up. Not terribly important in terms of our getting started sequence though, so I'm going to leave that aside. So that's how you load something. Notice what changed here. When I loaded it, it shows me this is unloaded, this is loaded. So that's the differentiation you can see visibly as to how this stuff works. If, on the other hand, you know exactly where something's located in the system, which is probably not true if you're a beginner, but if you're not a beginner and you say, all right, I know where this component I need is, I can go to the directory view and start scrolling down. So maybe I'm an expert, I want to use object relational mapping. I say, fine, go to the glorp category. I just want to load glorp, right click, load. So I can bring stuff in that way. Now once I've got all of that down and I've configured my environment the way I want, I've got a screencast in this list that shows you what you probably want to load to get to that point. That's what you want to probably watch next. But at the moment, this is just intended to show you how do I get started, how do I actually load these components in, and then from there, what do I load in. So I'll leave it there for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.